fundamental obligation of a president, in my opinion, is to defend and protect America. Not against threats of 2000.
Who wrote that speech? Facebook and Google?
Against the threats of 2021 and tomorrow. And there's nothing China or Russia would rather have, would want more, in this competition of the United States to be bogged down another decade in Afghanistan.
It's been CNN political analyst Josh Rogan. And Josh, this is a seismic shift in geopolitics. Lay out for us the new balance of power.
Well, that's right. The United States may have withdrawn from the battlefield in Afghanistan, but the struggle for power and influence there is ongoing, and the void is being filled by a number of actors, including terrorist groups such as Al-Qaeda and the Haqqani group coming from Pakistan, including China and Russia, including Iran and Turkey. And all of that has implications not just for what happens inside of Afghanistan, but for what happens in the region and around the world as well. We know from past history that for the jihadists, victory equals recruitment. We know that when they have a country, that country can become a safe haven for attacks in other places in the world. And we know that Afghanistan is still a place where empires go to secure minerals and strategic advantage. So the game in Afghanistan is afoot. The U.S.
And $1 billion in our equipment.
But pretty much every other country in the world is still playing.
Josh, the president obviously wants to project this evacuation as a tremendous success. You see that in the messaging here. But you've noted before more than 100
Ooh, he must have lied.
Journalists and their families have still been left behind, not to mention Afghan allies, people who helped the soldiers who were there stay safe. Isn't that where the focus is really right now?
I think a lot of people think it should be the focus. I mean, no doubt, the evacuation over the last 2 weeks of 120,000, mostly Afghan citizens, was an amazing feat. And no doubt that many, many lives were saved. At the same time, thousands of Afghans who were promised to be safe were left behind. And that was something that President Biden had promised not to do. Now, the State Department says that the mission continues. The State Department says that they'll use diplomacy.
Right, we airlifted terrorists out.
People who work for U.S. government media, people who work for USAID, the National Endowment for Democracy, the American University of Afghanistan, and many, many other organizations. And they're scared, and they're hiding.
Those are the people they airlifted out were the wrong people.
Taking retribution on anyone who works for the West. So at the same time that we can be proud of our military and our government for getting so many people out of this situation as we do, the thousands that are left behind,
worst disaster in the world's history.
And our obligation to them continues, and
sippy cup.
It's going to be really, really difficult.